Hi guys, to another amazing episode on AWL Podcast Experience with Luchi Podcast. I have a special guest in the house, the most special guest in the house, and we're here to give our recap on episodes so far, like we always do on our 10th episode. This is my third 10th episode, and I have in the studio today, Cody. How you
Hi, I'm
doing?
fine.
I think this is the first time we're having you on any of the podcast episodes, right?
Yeah.
So don't worry, don't be nervous. Just have fun. We're going to talk about topics that you've watched and you've actually dropped your comments on YouTube or on Anchor or whatnot. So, like I said, on my episode 21, I spoke about Love Island. My sister is not a fan of reality TV shows. When we're coming here, she was like, don't ask me anything about Love Island, too, because I have nothing whatsoever to speak concerning that. So we're going to go right into episode 22 when we spoke about God is God regardless. And I spoke mainly on the point that in the toughest time I've had in my life, God came through. In that episode, I described God as Obatubi. When God comes, everything becomes calm. So, in what situation have you like had God and it's not even a coincidence that we're speaking about this kind of things on the episode today because I think you're really passionate when it comes to God intervening, God being God regardless. So, at what point in your life do you think God has come through for you and God has proven that He's going to be God regardless? He's almighty regardless.
Okay. I'm going to say from my dad's burial, I never thought I could heal the way I've healed now. Because since he died, I just kept on praying for peace, strength, and comfort because I
Mm,
felt that was the only thing I needed at that point in time.
mm,
Even if I needed money, I did not pray for money. All the other things that I needed, I never asked for it. I just asked for things that I could not see but I could feel.
mm,
I prayed for peace, prayed for comfort and strength. Then also when I was about to enter school, it was just a lot of emotional, emotional stuff. But I just kept on hoping on God, and He came true for me. I just kept on telling Him, praying in my heart, and the way He came true self surprised me. I never saw myself going to a private school, and here I am. So
okay, I think on episode 23 we spoke about Iwamaka and think we've experienced it together when we went to the east and we could not express ourselves properly and we ended up getting annoyed or we ended up getting bullied by our fellow Igbo people because we could not speak our dialect. So what situation has stood us for you? Because you school in the east now, so how have you been like how have you been able to communicate with people with Igbo language even when you cannot really express yourself in Igbo language?
for me, if I get to the part where I can't really express myself in Igbo
Mm,
language, I tend to just express myself in English. As
the
much as I can express myself in English,
yeah.
I know the way I will express it, them too, if they try it in English, they might not be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I have to kill it with what I know. Since it's English, I
But when
know.
you are expressing to people and they don't understand what you are saying, because high 80% of the time you are speaking English and that's and
Okay.
when imagine you are having a misunderstanding with somebody in that part of the country, your hometown to be precise,
Mm.
and you're trying to say, this guy he not the and the person that's so evil, the person is speaking evil and explain to people. Who do you think they'll understand when there is that banter between both of you?
Okay. I will speak the way I can speak. Like I will do my best. And
Mm.
if my best does not seem enough for them, I will request for an interpreter. Yes, now.
It's giving.
Yes.
They don't ask you why you cannot speak your language. What would you say? Because you are an Igbo girl for crying out loud.
If they were in my shoes, they might not have been able to speak it. So they shouldn't you know, if they were in my shoes, they wouldn't have been able to speak. But I can speak my language, but not
You cannot express yourself. That's the point.
okay.
Can you express
I
yourself in
can
your
express,
language?
but not deeply. Yes, I can express myself, but not
Oh
deeply.
yeah, so fukano.
Eh.
Go fukano.
Calm down now. Ike Gupta. Calm down. I'm trying now.
Yeah,
Ike
you are
Gupta.
trying.
Oh, Achomi Lavela.
Okay, I think on our episode 24, we spoke about the baby mama and baby daddy wave. I know that you said that this topic was really sensitive, but I just want to ask you a question. So, when you speak about like this baby daddy and baby mama saga, what comes to your mind? What do you think has happened? What do you think has gone wrong that people now make a conscious decision to become single parents or just make a conscious decision to be baby mama or baby daddies?
I think in considering this to start from the family,
Mm-hmm.
Like if a girl has a mother who was a single mother,
Mm,
she might at some point be inspired to feel like she too she should be a single mother.
mm,
So I feel at the end of the day, it's just a mindset thing.
mm,
It depends on, like, you can see a girl who came from a single mother and be like, she'll be
mm.
like, I don't want to be a single mother. I want
Yeah.
to have a home. So I just think it depends on your mindset,
Mm,
you making choice for yourself. It's not determined by what society says. It's not determined by what people say. Because at the end of the day, whatever people say is your choice that you will
mm,
still do. So I just believe in being true to yourself. If that's what you truly want,
mm,
and you are true, like you are sure about it, you're not being influenced,
mm.
then it's okay.
Oh, this is another perspective because when I spoke about it with Chan, we had Chanka on this episode, and
Mm.
I just remember saying that in as much as people make those conscious decisions, we tend to use the Bible as a yardstick. Even the Bible made us to understand in the book of Genesis when he said that a man would leave his family and go cleave to his wife. If we're using the Bible as a yardstick, then it's questionable when people make those kind of decisions. But for when you what you said now, if at the end of the day you have found peace in those decisions, then so be it. And we went ahead to talk about body positivity, and I remember me and Israel discussing about this, even though we did not like. I ended up having this episode on myself, and I spoke about how you dress is how people will address you. I also spoke about the confidence that comes with dressing the way you want to be seen. You like me, I made a reference when I said that when I'm covered up, I feel more confident because I feel like when my body's resting, when my clothes is resting on my body, I feel more beautiful. I feel like, oh, the features God gave to me, the characteristics of having being a thick girl is because it's really beautiful when my body is all covered up. So there are some clothes I also went ahead to say that there's some clothes I cannot wear. Like there's some certain crop tops I cannot wear because I feel like, oh, I have a thick body and I feel like I will not be represented properly and my confidence will not come out very well with some certain outfits. So what do you have to say concerning body positivity and just enhancing the right, like using the right outfits to enhance your beautiful features as a person?
I feel when thinking of or when picking an outfit, two
Mm,
things should come to your mind:
mm-hmm.
the beauty and the comfort.
Mm.
You can't just,
The beauty and the comforts.
yes,
Ooh,
now.
French.
You can't just rely on one, because you might like this clothes. I might say I
Mm,
like this clothes. Oh, it's so beautiful, but when
mm.
I put it
Put it
on,
on.
it might like be a little discomforting. I
Yeah,
might also wear these clothes. It might be so comfortable, but it will be ugly.
yeah,
So it's left for you to have a comparing eye to be able to match
yeah.
when a cloth beautifies you and also comforts you.
Yeah, I think I also highlighted that when you are looking for a clothes, you should go with your body type and something that is suitable for your body type. So there's two things you need to take into consideration rather, your body type and the outfit that complements your body type. So the same thing I was just saying, the beauty of the outfit and the comfort you derive wearing those outfits is what you should take into enhancing your beautiful features and characteristics given to you by God. I went ahead to talk about consistency, and I don't know if I told you the story about it. There's one woman that we used to buy plantain from. I don't know. I don't. Do you know what I'm explaining? You may not even remember her, but I remember she used to sell. She used to sell like rubber things in close to that one that sells tomatoes in the middle market. There's one rubber big shop now that is there. But I remember when I met this woman, she used to sell just rubber things, and I went to the market recently. You know, I started going to the market recently, and I saw her. She has a big shop now. So I just spoke about being consistent with what you do. And even when the Bible said, never neglect a little beginning. So what are those things you're being? I know you're also a startup. You just started your business too. So what has been that factor that's kept you consistent? And what has consistency done for you as a startup? As someone that is just starting her business, what has consistency done for you?
Okay. For me, starting my business was like, and it was like a blessing to me because I
Mm,
got it after I did some prayer, and I
mm,
got the business. But I just feel consistency requires discipline,
mm-hmm.
because for you to be consistent with something, you have to be sure of what you want, and you have to be sure that you'll be able to abide by what you want requires.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might want something and you might not be ready to put yourself through the
The
process, through the
process,
growth
yeah.
that requires you actually wanting that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing is to want something, another thing is to be able to adapt to the growth and changes
Mm-hmm.
that comes with it. So having my business has been stressful in that sometimes they will add price, they will do that, but I had to add other things like peanuts, chin chin, and kilishi, and I'm
Mm,
hoping to add cookies soon.
mm,
So I just believe with God, you
mm.
can expand. And also with your mindset, if you have a low mindset, it will be very hard for you to
Be
grow. So
consistent.
to be consistent, first of all, you have to work on your mindset.
Mm,
Because without mind, like your mindset determines your growth. If you have a poor mindset, definitely you have a poor growth. And poor growth leads to lack of consistency.
yeah,
But if you have a great mindset, it will lead to a great growth.
yeah.
And a great growth will lead to a great
So,
consistency.
like, I heard, I want to be sincere. Are there some areas in your life where you think you're not consistent with? And you could see, like, oh, if I'm being consistent with this, there's going to be, like, different
Yes, yes,
change.
of course, of course. And I tend to sometimes when I'm just less busy, I tend to write down my goods and bad because as a person, nobody can actually know you more than
Yourself.
yourself. So I just take a pen and paper and write down these things. I'll be like, yes, I know I'm good in this. Then I'll be like, no, I'm not good in this. So
Mm,
it's to associate your people that like associate yourself with people that are at that place you want to be.
yeah.
That way you can grow.
Hmm. My sister dey drop warning since for this podcast. And I, even as much as we talked about being consistency with things that contribute to your growth, we went ahead in the next episode, episode 28, to talk about weird behaviors. And I've spoken about a lot of times where people portray bad characters in business just because of the fact that I am now involved in business full time. So you meet different kind of characters. And I also highlighted one of the situation that happened with one of our suppliers, and I kept saying that this is somebody that you've assisted, brought him out from the place where he was having those difficult times. And when you enabled him with the right resources and the right aid, he was behaving weird. Behaviors that do not contribute to your growth at all. In as much as we say people are consistent with good things, the question I had on that episode is what are we consistent in that are not good? Those bad behavior that people are consistent in. People showing weird behaviors. You being nice to them at the end of the day, they just want to, because I remember saying this thing. There's one thing Pastor said one day when he was preaching. He said, sometimes when people portray some characters, it's not because we don't have the capability to meet up to behave foolish as well. But because of we know God, we will say things that if not for God, we tend to beat down our reactions. We tend to beat down what we wanted to do. It's not because we cannot be as crazy as they want to be. So I want you to like. Do you have a story you want to share when you've met people that are behaving so weird? You're like, who raised you? Where is this character coming from? I think that's what we're trying to point out on that episode.
For me, if you are not close to me
Mm.
and your character is that bad, I will only pray that I wish you luck and hope you find someone that will love you and help you.
Yeah.
But if you are close to me, obviously I have to help you be better. I
Mm.
have to help you do better.
So when you're business, we're talking about in a business setting because I think that was I highlighted on that
Okay.
episode. So when you meet people that with bad behaviors, people that cannot always deliver, people that are not reliable, and they have this level of entitlement, just behaving weird in general. Or the fact that you borrow somebody money and the person is just moving mad. The person is like he's trying to prove to you that you're not smart, but you can actually be smart, but you just don't want to. I don't know if you get what I'm
I
saying.
get you, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, there's this thing that they say once bitten, twice
Try
shy.
shine.
So I believe if you observe that characteristics in the person for the
Mm.
first time, it's true God gives second chance. But in the world of today, you can't be using your business to play, especially now that
Yeah.
things are changing. So I believe the best thing to do is to, cut off.
Hmm.
Yes, and find someone more reliable and diligent.
Yeah.
Because as a human being, you have to, if you at least tell the person and the person makes effort to work on it, you know it's a different scenario. But if you have told the person several times and the person keeps repeating the mistake, you are the one setting yourself up. So I
Yeah.
believe the best thing to do is to cut off and look for someone more reliable and diligent.
I think we concluded on episode 29 when we talked about communication deficiency. And I think we grew up in a household where it's very easy for us to be blunt with our emotions. We say it a lot of times as it is. And I spoke about being someone that over communicates. I feel sometimes I say things too much, like I communicate too much of my emotions into things, and it backfires. And there are some people that do not even know how to communicate at all. They prefer, oh, let's let the sleeping dog lie. So what would you where would you categorize yourself? Do you think you are one of those people that over communicates and it backfires, or you are someone that do not even communicate at all?
For me, I think I'm both.
Hmm.
It depends on the person I meet. If I'm able to communicate something that maybe something I don't feel is right,
Hmm.
and I communicate it with you and you make changes, I will be encouraged to to tell you
Communicate next
and
time.
communicate with you when I feel you are doing something that's not right and
Hmm.
I don't like it. But if you're that type of person that I will communicate, then just give it like 2 seconds or 2 days, you are doing the same thing. It's like you want me to feel like a mad person repeating words because
Hmm.
I can't be repeating words. So the best thing I would rather do is I would rather distance, or I will not just put myself in a situation whereby I need to communicate at all. I will just not give you room to do anything that will require my communication. I just feel it's best you separate yourself from anything
So
that
have you been in a situation where you think that when you communicate is going to like destroy the friendship you have and you just keep quiet? But we know at some points if you don't communicate now, there's always going to be time when your emotions will get the best of you and everything just comes up again. So have you like held yourself back just because you want to save a relationship?
yes.
Or you don't mind, you just say it, what had to happen should happen? And was that a best was do you think that was the best decision?
For me, there are some people that when you communicate with them, they don't actually get the point.
Hmm.
And no matter no matter the words or language you use, they will never understand. So in that situation, you can't kill yourself.
Hmm.
You rest, you withdraw. Yes, or if you can get a video to illustrate what you are saying. Yes, now some people need like help. They don't just need what they can hear, they need
Yeah.
what they can see and
See.
watch to understand what you are saying. If you can get a video that explains your emotions, you give it to them.
Mm.
When like one thing with communication, you always have to know the right time, because sometimes what you might be saying is right, but the timing is bad. And once the timing is bad, automatically that right thing you said is useless.
So you think I want to ask you a following question. Do you think I communicate at the wrong time?
Communicate at the wrong time. Okay, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes, because you know one thing with life, someone cannot just be perfect.
Yeah.
If you are saying, "Do you think I communicate at the right time?" If I should say yes, if I should say yes now, it means I'm making it look like you're perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody communicates at the right time,
Mm.
but we can grow, we can work on it as
Mm.
humans. There's always room for change.
You want to talk to me? Talk to me.
Yes.
So I had an amazing time with you on this podcast. Even though I don't know, are you shy?
Right.
You know, you will have
I'm
more
not.
interesting conversations than this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys, we have my sister on today's episode, Mrs. Chikadi,
Mm.
and she does also. She has a very interesting business. She distributes chin chin, peke. Say your business, so
Peanuts,
peanut.
plantain chips,
Anywhere in major
kilishi,
cities, we have
POS,
distributed. Yeah, she does POS in Abia
Abia.
State to be precise. But for now, if you need distribution in Warri, Delta State, Anambra State, Port Harcourt, Abia, Ubaya, she is
We're
available
here for
for
you.
yes for who in this state. I just call now call them again. Warri, Port Harcourt,
Uh-huh.
Abia, Anambra State, Umaya, you will get it. All you just need to do is contact her at where?
Chikodi, emetezi at gmail.com.
You know
Okay, my phone number.
her business in both the Gmail number and this
Hmm.
thing. For bulk orders, like she sells the best. Like when it comes to especially plantain chips and chin chin, I kid you not. Okay, guys, don't forget to stream this podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow me across all social media platforms. It's Oluchi on Instagram, on X, formerly Twitter, on Facebook. We also have a podcast page on Instagram, either way or underscore podcast. Okay, guys, don't forget to spread love because God is love. Love is God. Have an amazing week. Bye, guys.